Well, it's what all Collingwood supporters have been waiting to hear. After a 2-year absence, Nathan Buckley has returned to the black and white. Bucks, it's great to see you here in the official club apparel. How's it all been settling in?
Yeah, no, it's been fantastic. It's a little bit surreal at the beginning, and sort of running around with a few of the boys that have been down preparing for pre-season. You can lulls you into a false feeling of familiarity that you're actually going to be sort of doing pre-season yourself and playing. So that's hit home pretty early. I'm looking forward to my role here and getting stuck in it as soon as possible.
I'm sure many Collingwood supporters wish you were pulling on the boots, but mate, what will be your role here as an assistant coach next season?
I've got the forwards. Had a few chats with Mick, and he's pretty keen for me to look at the forward area and a little bit about our ball movement as well. But predominantly working one-on-one with the forward players and trying to find a structure there that's going to be most optimal for us. We were 5th in attack last year, so spending a bit of time looking at our sort of attacking profile and seeing if we can build on what the boys have been able to do the last couple of seasons.
And a forward line that boasts a 22-year-old and a 21-year-old with Travis and Jack. It's pretty exciting.
It is, and I've sat down, probably spent the last week sort of catching up with 4 or 5 of the guys in that forward area and sort of getting their opinions on how things worked and how they felt as individuals with their role within the side. And sat down with Paul Hudson as well, and who was forward coach last year. So, look, I'll be playing my role within it, but to work closely with those young key forwards will be exciting. Obviously, Darren Jolly comes into the mix, and along with Cameron Wood and Josh Fraser, how we use those 3 tall players through the ruck, but also through deep forward as well, would be something that we'll investigate.
During your time away, you spent a fair bit of time working in the media. What was that experience like, and how will that either help you, or do you see the media differently now that you were on that side of things?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it was, being on the other side of the fence was an eye-opener. It probably reaffirmed a few of the beliefs about it. I mean, it is very different, being involved in an inner sanctum at a footy club and then sitting on the outside looking in and then trying to make opinions and draw observations from what you see. Sometimes the link between where we think things are from the outside and where they actually are on the inside can be poles apart. And I probably learnt that more so over the last 2 years than any time sort of previous. So it has given me an insight into how different the perception can be from the reality, and something to keep in mind.
Now, also during your time away, you oversaw the under-16s Victorian side as the head coach. What was that experience like?
Yeah, the Vic Country boys were fantastic. It was it was my first real crack at being a head coach, and had done some assistant coaching with the AS Academy, which had been very enjoyable over the last couple of years. But the Vic Country boys went through, had a successful carnival in Sydney, and won the grand final on grand final day at Visy Park. And to be a part of a team that was preparing, to achieve something and then to achieve it was pretty special. It definitely got the butterflies going again, and it was great to be involved in that close team bond and the close team unit, and something that I'm looking forward to feeling again at Collingwood.
And with all your experience on field and your illustrious career you had at the Pies, what are those things that you'll be really looking to impart on the forward line and the players in general now that you have a role as an assistant coach?
Well, basically, I see my role as creating an environment that makes it as easy as possible for the players to get the best out of themselves. And look, the guys are coming off, what you would say was a successful year last year, finishing top 4. Obviously the prelim, and if you're not the premier, it's going to be a disappointing end to the season. But we have a young list, and there's a lot of development to come, and there's a lot of upside there to be got. But it doesn't come by chance, and I hope that I suppose through my experiences, and I can impart how important it is to work hard session by session, that things don't happen by accident, that really you need to put the work in to get the work out, to get the results out. And I hope to be a part of creating that environment, a real positive environment for everyone to work in.
And now realistically, looking at this 2010 young side, what potential do they have?
Well, it's unlimited, really. My theory's always been season by season you reap what you sow. So I mean, although last year was positive, finishing top 4, there's still a lot of work to be done simply to get back to that position again. So there's going to be other sides that are going to want to break into the top 8 and push up from sort of 5th to 8th position into the top 4, and they're challenges that every team is going to have to meet and surpass. First things first, the boys will come back, and we've got 2 weeks of pre-season here before heading to Arizona for a couple of weeks, and then another 2 weeks into Christmas. So that 6-week period into Christmas is important to get that base, to get some of our game structures in place, and to really plant the seed for the work that needs to be done to make sure that we're ready to go when the sides come to challenge us.
Well, Bucks, I think it's fair to say that most Collingwood supporters are getting a little bit excited now that they see you in the black and white gear, and we look forward to seeing what you and the boys can do in 2010.
Thanks, Jonathan.